going on, everyone? Hope you're having a great day as always. In this video, I want to share with you episode 44 of We the Ether podcast, a conversation between myself and Scott Herman. You might know him as Scott Herman Fitness here on YouTube. He's got over 2 million subscribers and growing, a pretty big social presence when it comes to the fitness niche online, and he's been doing it for almost a decade now. So we pretty much just had a nice little conversation, shoot the shit sort of thing, and I didn't really get too much into like an interview style. Mostly because, I don't know, we just kind of caught up. We actually haven't had a chat in several months now, and he's in the process of moving, so we kind of just went over a lot of that. But otherwise, I hope you enjoy this episode. Give it a thumbs up if you do, and if you want to see more of these type of discussions between myself and online influencers in various industries, niches, and all sorts of different stuff, check out We the Ether podcast if you're interested in that as well. It's on iTunes or any other of your podcasting devices. All links in the description below for myself, for We the Ether podcast, and for Scott's channel and his Instagram and all that stuff. So without further ado, I leave you with myself and Scott Herman in conversation. Thanks for watching. See you next time. How long you been there for?
Like almost 6 months. Babe, been in here almost 6 months? Almost 6 months. It was supposed to be 6 weeks. So, you know.
And is this because the new place is being renovated?
This is because we built a brand new home in a development. And so to make a long story short, the first contractor, because, you know, they build in Florida, they build like developments and communities. It's like 30 homes being built at once. So the first contractor ended up just like doing a hack job on all these houses. So he got fired. And then there was like 2 months of where nothing was done. Mm-hmm. And then a new guy came in and he was there for about 3 weeks. And then he quit because he got a better opportunity somewhere else and probably didn't want to deal with it. And then now we're on the third contractor, and he's been working for like the last 2.5 months. And he's been doing his best to get everything on track, but they still – I mean, we were just in the house, and it's looking amazing, but it's like we got cabinet doors that need to be replaced because they were installed with like cracked edges, stupid things like detail work. That's just like, dude, why are you installing this? Like, they just put the carpet in, and there's like one space at the top of the stairs of the second floor where every time you step on it, it creaks. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, in a brand new house too. Like, yeah.
And dude, like some finishes that look terrible. You know, things not level. Like I was walking by a bathroom on the upstairs, and they had just installed all the soap trays on the shower wall. And as I'm walking by, I looked to the left, and I instantly could tell it wasn't level. You know, it's like,
yeah, just a glancing at it. Yeah.
Yeah, just a quick glance. And it's so hard to not get frustrated but I'm at the point now where I'm just being ruthless with these people when I talk to them. My wife is on my case to be even more ruthless than I am being, but you know, I want to move in. I want to.
Yeah, and you left your other place. Like you thought it would be a lot more of a smoother transition. I'm sure. I actually saw one store you did. You must have been visiting the new place, and you did a quick little walk around, and I kind of saw the outline of everything. But yeah, it obviously needed work still.
Yeah, well, the biggest problem for me is, you know, I have no gym. Like my studio back home, it's in storage down here, and I'm paying like $400 a month for to store all my fitness equipment, and then I have 3 other storage units, so it's almost like $1,000 a month right now in storage, and it's crazy. I got my studio in storage. I have all my house belongings in 2 storage bins, and then I had to rent a separate storage bin for my car because I don't want to leave it outside, my Camaro, and I don't want to store it like an outside parking lot. I want it inside a garage. That was the whole point, you know?
Uh-huh.
So, and then it's like I can't even drive my car. You know, I just did a beefy upgrade to it, and it's awesome, and it's fun to drive, and I can't even drive it unless I want to basically spend the whole day going to get it and then, you know, clean it, then drive it all day, then bring it back.
Yeah. That's nuts. So when do you foresee now that the house will be complete now that they got a new contractor who seems to be doing slightly better than the previous ones?
They said we should be in by the week of like December 14th. So we're on their ass. Like I'm emailing them every day. And I'm like, I will not be in this Airbnb for Christmas. It's just not going to happen. So whatever they got to do to get done. So, I mean, they have a few houses that I think are closing on Monday. And so my hope is that as soon as those houses close, they take all of those people and bring them to my house to get things done faster. And that's another problem in Florida is there's just not enough contractors to get the work done. And there's no supervision of the contractors. They just kind of come in, do their thing. Like in the master bathroom, we have like some tile that was installed cracked on the wall. And I'm like, are you out of your freaking mind? And little things piss me off. Like, door hinges, the door hinges, the metal hinges.
Yeah.
There's literally a notch in the freaking wood to put the hinge in. And it's still not like some of the doors, like the hinges are there, but there's like a lip because they didn't take the time to just knock it in. And it's like, hey, maybe some people wouldn't notice, maybe some people wouldn't care. But to me, it's like, dude, an extra 5 seconds to, and it just makes you wonder what else you don't see.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, like that stuff is like surface level things, right? You don't really see the stuff behind all the drywall and everything else. And I mean, I'm sure it's all fine. It seems like it's a quality control issue. Like people should at least just do a lap around. But I mean, if there's not enough contractors, and it seems like it just seems like a big mess of a problem that should be resolved from the start before they even do the project. Like I know it gets like that here in Canada too, like in Toronto especially. It's like
it's the same company. It's Mattamy Homes. They are out of Toronto.
Oh shit! Wow. Yeah.
You've probably seen Mattamy Homes then, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I know a bunch of my buddies have similar. I haven't bought a pre-built house before. I always buy just the established ones, right? But I've heard like so many issues from people in that situation. Same type of thing. It's like it just keeps getting pushed, and it's like they take on these jobs without really planning it out, and then the contractors are flaky. I'm a little shocked that they're actually a Toronto company, to be honest. That's a little crazy, but
yeah, man.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I mean, we're probably lucky that there was no work done for 2 months because that was like our transition period of coming down here, because there were quite a few things that I had to point out when it was like in frame, when it was just a frame, no sheetrock. And I'm glad that I was able to see that and take photos and be like, hey, fix this. What's up with this? Like we had one room that had a bench that wasn't even supposed to have a bench, like a seat. And it was supposed to be in a different room. And I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Like, so you saw the full floor plan and everything before buying it, right?
Oh, yeah. And then like one thing we're really pissed off about too is my daughter's room. We picked her room specifically, and then we assumed that she would have a certain amount of closet space. And then now all of a sudden, that's where the AC ductwork is going. So it's like, why the hell, if you know that this is where the AC ductwork goes, don't show us a friggin' layout where the room is a rectangle. Do you know what I mean? And show us the big chunk you're going to take out of it for the ductwork.
Yeah, like the closet space, yeah.
Yeah.
That's nuts. That's actually that's a big inconsistency. I mean, you'd think that a big chunk would be represented on your actual floor plan.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, this all seems a little bit sketch, to be honest. Like, they should actually be paying you a little bit to compensate for your Airbnb, compensate for your other shit, or at least give you some free upgrades or something like that. Like, are they offering anything at all?
We were able to get a few things changed. We still had to pay for them, but I mean, they never allow you to change anything like once you sign the dotted line. Like, it just doesn't happen. But we made a pretty big stink about it, and we were able. So like originally, I was gonna take like 3 rooms for my gym because I wasn't sure if I'd be able to make the garage floor level with the house. But now that I can do that, there was a room that I had left carpet because I wasn't going to pay for tile for that room if I was going to tear it apart, So they allowed us to extend the tile into that room, which was actually a really big help. And then we were able to we saw an upgrade for the kitchen for the island, where it's called like a waterfall effect, where the granite goes straight and then down the sides.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And so they let us upgrade to that, which my wife and I really wanted. So that worked out, but. I mean, we're paying for it anyways. We could have paid to have it done once we moved in, 3 months ago.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Using some of that storage money. Shit. That's nuts. Yeah, so where are you moving your new studio gym then? Like, do you have something picked out already for that?
It's going to be in my house. It's going to be.
Oh shit! You're putting the whole studio gym in the house. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
So the house has 2 garages, a 2-stall on the left and a 2-stall on the right. And so I'm taking the 2-stall on the right and I'm combining it with the adjacent room, and that's going to be my gym.
Sweet. So how far was your drive previously to get to your studio gym?
Probably like 15 minutes.
That's not too bad. But now it's like just walk to the next garage, right?
Yeah, and it's so much more than that, because now instead of having to pack and unpack and all that, if I get an idea, I can just go and get it done.
Yeah,
and
like 3 a.m., anything, right? Yeah.
And I can leave all of my stuff set up. Even though I never had any issues with security at my last gym, I don't like leaving expensive cameras and things just out. And number 2, if by any chance I needed my cameras and stuff, if they were at the studio, I'd have to drive to the studio and get them, pack them up, and then take them to wherever I was going. So it's like I always had to have everything packed and unpacked.
Yeah.
And it had to take up a lot of time. And then by the time it was getting to the point, but by the time I'd get to my studio, I just didn't want to film. I'd be like, all right, I want to go home now.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Right.
And then you just start to feel trapped too. Like, it's like, okay, I'm here. All my stuff is out. You almost feel like I need to stay here all day and just maximize being here, or else it's a waste of time to drive here for 10 minutes and then drive back home. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm going to be able to take all that stress and just like get rid of it.
And take all that energy and then focus it on just doing the creative work, just making the stuff, like making the videos and doing all that. Yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah, man. Because I always wanted to, I want to take advantage of live streaming. So like I want to start live streaming like quick, fun, like 15-minute workouts where I just like, all right, guys, it's Wednesday, 9 a.m. Let's go. And just boom, 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 boom. All right, see you next Wednesday. And be able to do stuff like that, which I couldn't do it before, because if I had to have somebody come film me, now I'm taking up their entire morning, where now I can just have my wife or daughter just come in the room for 15 minutes and then be done.
Yeah.
So it's like,
although I'm sure eventually they're going to be like, no, I'm not doing that for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They'll be like, you have tripods, you have all that, go do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do is I want to upgrade my phone to the new like XS, and that way it has a better camera and better everything. And then I have like one of those iPhone tripod things, like an Osmo. Okay. And then I'm going to be able to use that for the live, and then just be done.
No, I think live is going to be huge, especially because then I think your YouTube, right, doesn't it feature you on the live section of YouTube? So like it pushes you to the homepage, and then you just get more subscribers and all that. Yeah,
man. And no one really has the setup to do what I want to do.
No one does.
Unless they do it in their gym. So it's going to work out really well for me.
And now, so how long were you at the previous gym? Like how long did you have to go to your previous house and your previous studio? How long were you there for?
Like 5 to 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah, about almost 6 years. No, it was 6 years, because my contract was every 3 years I renewed it. So yeah, 6 years. It actually worked out that my contract ended in October. So I was able to move down here and then get settled down here. And then I flew back home in October. And then I was able to, my godson had his first birthday. So I wanted to definitely be home for that. So I flew home, had the godson's birthday, then my birthday. And then I just packed up the studio with my buddies and then shipped it down here. And then me and 2 of my buddies drove my Camaro down. So it all kind of worked out timing wise, except that the house was supposed to be done. And the plan was to drive the Camaro to the house and then have the studio shipped to the house and then just unload it right into the garage,
Yeah. So, that would have been smooth though.
That would have been, that was the plan. I was like, this is going to be great.
Life throws you curveballs though, right? It always ends up working out anyways. And it's just a matter of just being patient and not getting too frustrated with that process along the way. And then it just gets sorted, you're going to look back and just kind of laugh at it, I'm sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, I know I'll definitely look back and be like, yeah, that sucked, but at least now we're happy. So
Yeah, exactly. It's just a little blip. It's like a little speed bump, you know, like it's not that big of a deal. But in the moment of it all happening, you're just like so frustrated having to deal with the bullshit. It's like that's not even your job to have to go and look at houses and inspect the freaking houses. You know, you got other things to deal with. So yeah, I can understand.
Yeah. Every time my wife and I go look at the house, it's like a 30-minute drive just to get there, you know?
Yeah.
And then we get a look, and then we got to drive back. And it's like, you know, you wasted almost 3 to 4 hours in a day where I need to be home doing work or filming, right. Or, you know, I have to look a certain way. I need to be in the gym training, you know, that's time I could have spent going for a run or doing some conditioning work.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, you've been doing more runs actually. Why is that?
I mean, I used to run all the time, and back home, like, it just got to a point where I feel like I was starting to hold more body fat because I sit down all day and I'm editing all day. And then between, you know, all the back and forth I was doing and then trying to get ready for this move and all of that, it just, my body started, I feel like my metabolism just started to slow down a bit because I wasn't being as active. So now that we're in Florida, I mean, I'm still not eating 100% the way I want to eat because of, you know, this is my stove is right here, and that fridge is like broken, like the trays are all like cracked in half, and it's like I can't even if I put chicken in a Tupperware and put it in the bottom tray, it just like folds down. So it's like we don't even want to cook here because there's no ventilation. So if I'm cooking chicken, I have to almost like open the door, or else the whole house smells like smoke and chicken.
Yeah, like bacon's just not going to happen there.
No, it's not. And it's like, yeah, it might sound like I'm complaining, but at the same time, it's not what I'm used to. You know, I've already been at this stage in my life, like
right, yeah,
shitty apartment and dealing with it and all that. Like, as you start to become more successful and progress, you don't want to go backwards. It almost feels like going backwards.
I know, but it's not. But it's kind of an interesting, humbling feeling, anyways, right? I mean, it must take you back and give you some sort of nostalgia. I mean, even looking at your kitchen right now, I remember I used to have like a place like that, and I know I was paying rent and this crazy shit. So it's like,
yeah, man,
I can understand. You go back to that, you're like, oh shit, what am I doing here now? Yeah.
I know it's true, and that's kind of how my wife and I feel. I mean, we're dealing with it, and I guess it'll make the house seem that much better. Once we move in. But it's like I haven't stopped like purchasing things that I need or want. So like this house is just getting like even more cluttered because like I'm buying things for the new house, and I'm putting them like in closets and like anywhere I can find to put stuff. And it's like I'm running out of space.
Yeah.
And I collect Dragon Ball Z pops, the Funko Pops.
Okay.
And so like since I've been here, I think like 15 of them have come out, and they're like this big, you know. So like they're all like in a box in my other closet, and it's like I'm running out of space for these things.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get a storage just for your Dragon Ball stuff soon.
Seriously. And then you know, Black Friday was here, and I bought a ton of stuff. Well, luckily my sister-in-law, she lives in Florida. So I'm like, I'm going to store some stuff at your house. Like all my BSN supplements that I get every month, I can't even have them come here because I have no place to put them. I have them go to my sister-in-law's house. So I get like 5 boxes that are like, you know, this friggin' wide of protein and Endo Rush and all the stuff that I get. And it's like, I just go to her place and I just take like a few things at a time. And then once they're gone, I go back and replenish.
So how long have you been with BSN now? Is it you mentioning
I've been a while, right? I've been with BSN for about 9 years now.
Wow, that's crazy.
Pretty much since I started YouTube, man. Like I signed with them when I had 4,000 subscribers. So
damn, nice. Yeah. So your agreement with them is basically, do you produce content for them? I know you go to the trade shows and stuff.
It's so random with me because I feel like they really have no way to track just how much I do. Because I have a full store for BSN on my site. I'm constantly answering comments on YouTube and Instagram, telling people, you know, what supplements I take and use. Whenever I produce a new program, I'm always pushing, you know, BSN supplements. Like for a lot of the other athletes, all they really have is like their Instagram. You know? And so they're like, oh, you have to post, you know, 3 or 4 times a week or mention us this many times. And I also do that as well. But at the same time, I'm also, posting and replying and answering, because I don't know if you noticed on my Instagram, I don't post every day. I'll post like every 2 days.
Yeah, I did notice that. Yeah, it's like every few days, kind of just casually, right? Whenever it's convenient for you.
Yeah, and I've noticed that I'll actually get more engagement and likes if I post every other day versus every day.
Really? Okay.
I feel like with the stories, you can do stories every day, and that might even just bring more people to your page. But I posted a photo of my wife and I on Thanksgiving, and I checked it the day after Thanksgiving, and it had like 5,200 likes. And then I checked it last night, and it had another 1,000 likes. And you wouldn't think that if it's already been a day, why would it get more, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it got another 1,000 over a course of another 24 hours. And I think I may have done some like stories, but that's about it. And so it's like, I got to a point with Instagram where I felt like I was killing myself trying to take a new photo every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then here, like, there's really no place to take photos.
Yeah.
So
you got to be really creative. Like, where are you going to go to do this damn thing? And it becomes a whole project just to make that damn post. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And in the new house, like inside the house, outside the house, I'll have the gym right there. I can take photos all day long.
Yeah.
Even like fashion, my wife is like, you should post more fashion photos. It's like, I would love to, but I don't want to, all my stuff is in storage. Like my wife has like the same, she's going to kill me. She has like the same 3 dresses she's been wearing, like 3 nice dresses, for the last 6 months. And I have like the same 3 nice shirts that I've been wearing. And then I just been like using anime shirts the rest of the time.
Yeah. Maybe not. Now's not the time for the fashion post. I was just about to say, you'd have to go to that store to get your belt, go to this other store, get your boots.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I don't feel like dressing up right now.
No, I don't imagine. It also feels like fake, right? It feels like you're just doing it just to get that shot. And it's like, I have the same feeling with Instagram. And it's like, I think I should be posting every day, at least every other day. But sometimes like 3-4 days, I look at it, I'm like, oh, yeah, I got to do that. Okay, let me think about what the hell I'm going to do. Like, it seems like it's a little bit of a project to get around to posting something. And I even have the space to take the pictures. And it's funny, you said when you go to the gym before, you didn't feel like doing it. I get that feeling pretty often, like I don't want to make the content. It's like just not in the mood, and it often just has to do with everything that could be going around, like work and with you moving and everything. It's just like to make that content and seem genuine to people is probably really challenging, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes if I don't do stories for a few days and then I'm in the gym doing another story, it's almost like more curious. They haven't seen a bubble for my story for a while.
Yeah.
So they'll go in and they'll check it. And it's not like my workout changes every week. So sometimes I just feel like I'm repeating the same workout, So it's a combination of things, but I feel like I have a pretty good, I'm growing consistently. Even though Instagram just deleted like 170 million fake profiles or whatever they just did, I didn't really lose any. My engagement's still the same, so I'm doing something right. Yeah. And I guess that's a big thing with Instagram too. Is you feel like you get discouraged when you look at somebody's profile and you see all the likes they get and all the comments they get within the first like 10 minutes of posting, and then you start to realize the majority of it is bots and fake.
Yeah. And even that's exactly it. Like my account too, I get a little discouraged sometimes looking at it and I'm like, why isn't it growing quicker? Even if I am producing content on a daily basis, like why isn't this thing growing very quick? And I feel like these platforms, actually I feel like Instagram is poised to have like a takeover, like something else is going to come out and I think it's going to grab up a lot of, like, I don't know if you heard of Vero. It came out for a little bit. It was like this little tiny app. It didn't do that well, but I feel like something else is going to come out, take away a ton of market share from Instagram and hopefully hold it. Like I hope basically in order for that to succeed, they should not sell off to Instagram and Facebook. Like if anything comes out, they should just stand alone and don't sell off and it should do okay.
Well, and that's the thing too, is a lot of these companies, I feel like they almost make their brand similar so that they can sell it and just get some quick money, which, hey, sounds great. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I don't know if there's any like long game in that. It just feels like I'm getting a little sick of using Instagram every day and I would just like to hop on something a little bit different. But you know, we'll see when that comes out.
Well, not being able to grow was a huge deal, and you know, like now, like half the time when you use a hashtag, you're not even showing up in the hashtag. Like your photo's not even there, and you can look at a hashtag doesn't even have that many photos, and then you look at it and there's been like 4 posts of the last like 2 days and yours isn't even there. And you're like, why isn't my photo showing up in this hashtag? Like YouTube and Instagram, man, they change their algorithm and they do so many things all the time that they just kind of like making it harder and harder to grow. You know, it's kind of like YouTube. YouTube is crazy. It's nothing like it used to be when I first started. It's like you got to fight so hard just to get your content out, you know, in front. And as much as they want to say, you know, you can grow organically, it's quickly becoming a pay-to-play type of deal where,
definitely,
you know, you're paying money for Google ads and all these other things. Okay, yeah, we'll feature your content now.
Right, yeah. I've noticed that too. And they don't outright say that stuff, right? But I've noticed even if I pump in like a few bucks, all of a sudden it does a little bit better now and it starts to catch a wave. It's like, that seems a little bit fishy to me. How they have to require that and they present like it is, you can grow organically and stuff. But even YouTube, don't they make it now so it doesn't even get to all your subscribers? Like only a few of them see it.
I mean, it's a little ridiculous that I have 2 million subscribers. I grow at about 30,000 a month, like every month as long as I can remember. And I'm still fighting for 100,000 views on a video.
Yeah, and I noticed that about some of your videos too a little while ago. I was like, I mean, your views are consistent, but it's like, what do you have to do to reach your full audience? And you think like, that's your audience. They subscribe to your content. And even like, I know they have to hit that notification bell, but that's kind of stupid on its own. The fact that
I don't even think that even still works and goes to every single person.
Yeah.
You should just be subscribed. And then if you don't want to see someone's videos, then you unsubscribe. Why do you have to have a bell? Why do you have to have all these other stupid things? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like if I don't subscribe to any channels whose videos I don't want to watch. That's just me.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to see, like, and their excuse is like, well, some people subscribe to like 200 channels. Okay. If they want to subscribe to 200 channels, then that's fine. That's good for them. I subscribe to like maybe 10 to 15 channels of content that I actually will watch. And 14 out of 15 of them aren't even fitness related because I just don't want to deal with it. I want to open my YouTube channel and see like anime and gaming stuff.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, you're in the fitness space. So it's like, you just don't want to have to look at that crap. And I've noticed like fitness, you've been around it for so long now, especially on YouTube, but it's become so saturated. Like everyone has a damn fitness channel now. Like, it's crazy. And they're all growing too. Actually, some of your buddies, Anabolic Aliens, I think,
oh yeah, they've grown like almost 500,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I met them, they had 500 subscribers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's nuts. Yeah.
Well, I also think that YouTube will push newer channels to the front as well, which is something that's also a lot of big YouTubers that have been around for a while, like myself. I've talked to a few. And they've said the same thing. They've noticed the same thing where like these new channels are getting all these views and, you know, gaining subscribers rapidly. Yet, you know, channels like mine, we're fighting just to get our own audience to see our stuff. And from a business standpoint, it makes sense. YouTube wants these people to get excited about YouTube. So they keep making content and, you know, more money comes in for them. It makes sense. But at the same time, they're lying and they're like, oh no, you know, you just tell them to click that bell and you'll be fine.
Yeah, and you'll be fine. Yeah, and with the sea of content that comes out every single day, you'll be fine.
Yeah, we're not pushing newer channels. Just tell them to click that notification bell. What are you, stupid? What's going on?
Yeah, that's actually surprisingly, I'm just a little shocked YouTube hasn't been taken over by something else over all these years.
Well, I think other things have come out, like Vevmo and all these other things have come out. Even Facebook was talking about monetizing videos, which they did for a little bit, and then nothing ever really came of it because, like with Facebook, I think the biggest problem is other people were posting like you could post my YouTube video on your Facebook and then monetize it and then make money from it because there was no real way to, like, I guess for Facebook to figure out if that was happening. So people were getting pissed about that. And that was a big problem for a while too, because I actually saw a few YouTube videos where you post a video on YouTube and then someone downloads it and then uploads it to their Facebook page, because if you post an actual link on Facebook, you get asked for views. You have to upload the direct video to get any sort of views on a video. And then let's say that video goes viral on Facebook and it gets like 10 million views, and then your actual video on YouTube has like 100,000, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like it went viral on Facebook, but you're not making any money because it was uploaded as a direct video on someone else's page.
Yeah, and there's no way for you to like flag that and like, get a copyright thing or anything, right? They don't have a process.
Yeah, and you probably didn't even hear about it until it hit 10 million, and by then it's too late, because why would they go on YouTube to watch the same video? So it's like there's all these things that kind of go into it. And I just think, like, in general, kids, they don't know Vevmo, or they just like, they don't even go on Facebook. So it's like,
that's true. I was about to say, who's going on Facebook nowadays anyways? Like it's a dead platform. My
6-year-old nephew is like, YouTube, it's easy for them to say. There's already so much content there. A 6-year-old kid isn't looking for another platform to watch videos. They're going to go where everybody else goes.
And where do you find that most of your, like, the age range of most of your subscribers? Do you roughly, like, what is it?
Like 18 to 45.
Okay.
It peaks kind of in the middle, like 25 to 35, but like 18 to 45 is like the biggest.
Okay.
And then I have some obviously on the tail ends of those as well, but it's that middle area.
Okay. And for the most part, like, I can't remember, are you offering like training programs to people now, or
Oh yeah. So on my website, which you helped me with, with the refacing, on the website,
which looks badass, by the way. I still like this. I need to get you more content though. I need to like, I'd like to do more on intermittent fasting specifically. Like I'll give you some articles and hopefully we get them up.
Well, one of the coolest things that's going to be happening is, now that we're launching version 2.0 of the app, which I think you're going to really like, because it's very clean and it really matches the site. Like, it's very white and bright.
Okay. Actually, on that, just to quickly interject, can you send me, when you get a chance, if you have like the actual install file, so I can install it on mine and check it out before you launch it. You know what I mean? Just so I can flip through and just see. Yeah.
I'll send, you have an Android?
Yeah, I have a few. So just like send me that APK file and then I'll install it and then take a look at it locally, and then
I'll send it to you once we're done here.
Cool.
So one of my biggest things moving forward is, even talking about YouTube and just the utter bullshit that goes with it and trying to grow and being a new creator. So my dream has always been to create a platform where, in the fitness space, as a user, you can go there and find information that's going to help you reach your goal, and you trust the information there. And then on my site as of now, I have 3 programs. I'm about to upload a 4th one. It's my full body program is going to be uploaded. It's already all filmed. I'm just launching it with the app. So I'm waiting on the app because I want to take some screenshots of the app and show it in there and all that stuff. So I'm going to be launching my full body program with the launch of the app. So you'll definitely see it within the next, couple weeks. But I also have some programs hosted on my site from other YouTubers as well. And so what I would like to do moving forward is start to continue to collect content from other YouTubers or creators, or maybe people that are really smart, but they just don't know how to do social media and they have amazing training programs. I want to start cultivating these people and showing them how to maximize their presence online. And then with me being one of the only, I feel like I'm the only person who has a site or app like this.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
The only other sites or apps like mine are big companies like bodybuilding.com. You know what I mean? So for example, like if you sent me an article, right? If that article gets uploaded to my app, and as soon as it gets uploaded, 100,000 people get a ping notification to check out this article on intermittent fasting, then that's 100,000 views on your article. And what I do for every single video I post on YouTube, I have an article version of it. So if I post an article on my website, and obviously goes on the app as well, I get my YouTube video at the very top. So the user now has the opportunity to go directly to the article and watch the video. And maybe they watch the video once, and then if they want a refresher, they go back to it and they can just kind of scroll through the article and look at like the words and the photos. Do you know what I'm saying? So now you're getting views on your YouTube video, and I don't have to worry about YouTube sending a freaking push notification because I can send my own with my app.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, and it's going to be just like one of those things where as the app continues to grow and people become more engaged with the content, they're not going to delete the app if I'm not spamming them. And if they know the content is good, then they're going to be happy to get a push notification that there's a new article or a new recipe or a new program that they can now focus on. And on top of that, as you know, my site and the app has a whole social media aspect to it as well, where you have a board, which is kind of like your wall on Facebook. You can upload photos, you can friend request people, you can engage in the forums. So it's almost like, an all-in-one Facebook, but for fitness, which is kind of what I tell people to give them an idea of exactly what it is. And it's going to allow you to, obviously there's two versions of the app. Well, there's one version, but there's two memberships. There's a gold membership and a platinum. Gold membership gives you access to basically everything aside from the full programs. You still get to see some of the workouts in the programs, so you can see what they're like. But if you want to do the entire program, you have to be platinum, and it's $7.99 a month. It's almost like its own on-demand type platform, and people love it because they get so much information for such little money. Instead of hiring a full-time trainer, you can literally go on the website or the app, and you can pay $8 a month, have access to over like 500, one-off routine and exercise demonstrations. We got 6 programs right now. We're adding new programs all the time. I could add 10 programs this month. Not that that's going to happen. I don't have 10 people. But if I added 10 new programs this month, you're still paying $8 a month. So it's like it's a huge opportunity for me to get like-minded individuals and get their content seen and have it benefit them as well as myself. I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I have such a vast knowledge of not only how the fitness space works online and via YouTube, but if you go on the website and you check out my buddy Brian DaCosta, we put like a power building program. We filmed that program in like literally a day. And it's a big program, but it's just because when he came to see me, it took us obviously longer to like plan out the program and write it all down. But once we had all the exercises and things figured out, I was like, all right, Brian, I'm just going to tell you where to stand and and then you're just going to do each exercise. So let's go. And I would just keep moving the camera and I'm like, go, 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 go. And we just like bang out this like 70 exercises in a day. And then we just edited it all together over the next few days. It was crazy.
That's so crazy because then you have this like full-on program that people can consume for freaking forever, right? Like that's pretty amazing that you just get it all done like that.
And and what's so great too is because I'm in charge, all the programs have a similar structure. So like the workouts themselves are obviously different, but like the PDF downloads, the Excel downloads, the calendar downloads, they all follow the same structure so that no matter what program you're doing, although the sets and reps and structure might change, the actual documentation is familiar. So you're not like getting lost.
Yeah. No, that's super important too. Yeah. So that when you go from like different trainer to different trainer, there's just some consistency there. That is pretty cool that you're going to have, I can even visualize it the way you're describing it, just having all these huge mass amounts of trainers just offering up content. And it is at a good timing just because like what we just talked about with YouTube and Instagram, like limiting people's reach and all this garbage. It's like they want a niche outlet for the fitness stuff. And it's like, because YouTube and Instagram are so cluttered with everything else, it's hard to slot into a niche and then do well within it. So I think a standalone platform is where it's at right now. And I think that's where it's going to go.
Yeah. And I'm not greedy either. So like any article, recipe, or program, or even if you're posting in my forums, every single place that has your footprint there has links to your Instagram, your Twitter, your YouTube, and your Facebook, as well as your website, like right there. So every article, as you know, at the very bottom, it says about the author, and it's boom. Here's Adam. Here's all of his social media. Here's his website.
Yeah.
If you're spending your time posting in my forums, helping people, I want those people to then be able to contact you if they want you to help them further. So like if you're helping people in the forums and they reach out to you and they want to do a consultation with you or train with you, I'm not going to touch that. I'm not going to touch that money. Like that's what that platform is for. And as I start to get people to see that if they utilize my platform as the same way they would like an Instagram or a Facebook as a marketing opportunity for themselves, then that's when I'm going to start to get a lot more people reaching out even to me to have their content hosted because they see the benefits of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then maybe even down the road, I mean, if you wanted to monetize, you could start charging people because you just have such an overwhelming amount of requests, people coming in with content. You could eventually start charging to feature them, stuff like that.
Well, what I would like to do is eventually have it set up. Once I'm fully established here, I'm going to start kind of exploring more and finding gyms that'll let me come in and, I could charge a set fee and have somebody fly out here and then basically build their programs for them.
Okay.
Obviously, I would need them here for them to film, but and kind of start to bring the knowledge base that I have to the table and be like, hey, we're going to put your program on my site. This is what it's going to cost to do it. Obviously there'll be an ROI for them as well. But it's like, boom, I will do everything for you. We'll get your program on here because I also have an affiliate program on my website too. I think I told you about that before.
Yeah.
I can get them signed up as an affiliate, and as they're driving traffic to their program on my site, if people sign up for Platinum, they're getting a piece of that pie as well. And even if, and the coolest thing about my website too for people is even if you're driving traffic to my site, even if they don't do your stuff, if they're using your affiliate code and they're signing up, you're still getting a piece of that. So even if they're using my program, if you sent them there, you still get credit for it. Or if you're a trainer and you want your client to be able to see all this information, because my app also has a meal plan app as well built within it. It's like MyFitnessPal on steroids. It's an amazing fitness meal tracking app.
Yeah.
I just want them to use the meal tracking app and then be able to access the exercise database for form demonstration on exercises, which, by the way, I get emails all the time from trainers, that find me on Instagram. And they're like, oh my God, I used to send all my clients like just links to all your how-to videos whenever I would make a program for them.
Yeah.
I love that,
Yeah.
Now they can just send them a link to the app and be like, all right, go to the exercise section and search for this video, this video, this video, this video. And that's how you do the exercise.
Yeah. I've sent people to your videos too. Like people message me like how to do something. I'm like, I don't have any content on this, man. Like go to Scott's video. He's got it right there. Yeah. It works out.
Yeah. And it's worked so well.
And you were mentioning actually going to local gyms. It'd be really cool if you did like live stream seminars at local gyms, either for your YouTube or for your website, and you actually just dropped it right on your website, like the live stream video. I think that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, and there's a few gyms I've already started to establish a relationship with that I could probably do that. But I mean, I love being a YouTube creator, but I want to get to the point to where maybe I'm creating 1 or 2 videos a week. I still edit my own videos right now because I'm trying to find somebody local that'll do a good job. But I want to get to a point to where I film a couple videos, my editing guy films them, edits them, and then I can start focusing more on like the outreach of doing in-person things or building out the brand or cultivating other talent.
More like a spokesperson for the brand that you've established, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool. Well, one more question for you is, so why did you move down to Florida? Like, what was the main deciding factor on that?
Well, the wife got sick of the cold. My wife is Brazilian.
Yeah. I remember seeing you shoveling snow, and I was like, yeah, at least I was there with you, but now you don't have to deal with it. So I'm on my own with this.
I mean, and I was getting sick of the snow too, because if I had to go film in the studio and I had to first wake up and plow for 2 hours just to get out of my driveway.
Yeah.
You don't want to do anything after that. Like, let's be real. And then it's almost like the whole area just gets lazy as soon as it gets cold.
Yeah.
The energy affects you. It really does, especially when you work from home. It's just like you start to get, they call it like seasonal depression, where you're just like in gloom all day and in your home all day. And you just start to lose energy and your creativity goes down. And so there was a lot of like personal reasons for myself, just in terms of time management. And then as soon as winter would hit, all the work I'd have to do outside took away from things I had to do inside. And then being cloudy and muggy and cold was just, I wasn't being as active. Like I felt like I would be like in really great shape up until like October. And then all of a sudden it get cold. I can't run outside anymore.
Yeah.
If I want to do any cardio, I would have to go to the gym, where during the summertime, I just open the door and run down the street. So my fitness level itself, I feel like, would just start to kind of go down in the wintertime. And because I work from home, before it didn't matter, because when I worked in a gym, I would just I would just stay in the gym. If I worked from, 9 to 6, I would just stay for another 2 hours and work out and then go home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like all these things kind of get into it. Just because you work from home doesn't mean it's like a lot of my family's like, you work from home, you have all this extra time. It's like, not really, because when you work from home, you got to really kind of have to kick yourself in the ass to get things done.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, I've been working from home for like 15, more than that, 18 years now.
Yeah.
It's exactly like that. I mean, although I have a lot of like colleagues that just constantly bombard me with messages, like I don't think I could take time off because I just get swarmed with requests of different stuff.
Oh yeah.
But definitely, like, it's not as easy as people think it is when you're working from home. Like when you get up and go out, at least you leave your house, you're like, now I'm in that mode where I'm like about to do work. I'm moving, I'm active, I'm this and that.
Exactly.
But then like sitting at home sometimes, and it's like, even for you, and you'll have to sit in front of a computer for so long, you get sedentary for like 5 hours. And then energy just drops. And then it's like, now I got to go film, work out, train, and seem enthused about it. So it's like just not feeling it. Like I personally don't feel it now. And especially with the winter, I have to go train today. My garage gym is freezing. So I have to warm it up for the first like 30, 40 minutes before.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's not fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Now in my new home gym, I can just open the garage door and
that's amazing. That's amazing. Except all your random like hurricane weather down there. That's freaking
I'm in a good space. I'll be all right.
Yeah. Where's like the bad areas? Is it right on the shoreline and stuff?
Yeah,
like
it's mostly like the shore. We're more like Central Florida, so
anything
that comes in, it's gonna have to be really powerful to like really come in and hit us.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Because I was talking with my wife about it, and she was like, "Well, how's Scott doing?" Because we keep seeing these news things pop up about hurricanes, and we're like, "I don't know where you're located exactly." So I'm like, "I don't know if you're in the shit or if you're just outside of it." But
I'm like in a perfect spot where I might be able to see some like dark clouds, but it's not affecting me.
That's good. Yeah. I saw one picture of you working on your car and it just like started raining out of nowhere.
Dude, I was so pissed. All I was doing was changing the SS emblems on the fender, and I had it off, and I was just about putting the last screw on, and I had to like reach my hand all the way underneath the friggin' the fender wall to get to the screw. My hand's like this. I'm just trying to finish this little screw, and it started raining, and I'm trying to hold the umbrella because I didn't want to get soaked, because then I had to get back in my car. It was fun.
Yeah, well, it made for a great post.
I thought it was an awesome photo.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it made me feel happy for that brief moment.
People like, you're gonna get electrocuted. I'm like, do you even know how to work on a car? Like, how am I gonna get electrocuted with my arm in the friggin' tire fender?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Well, I know you got to get going, so we'll wrap this up here. But thanks for taking this time, and I'll be in touch with you this week as we discussed. But send me that app install Fox. I do want to check it out.
Yeah, I'll send it to you right now.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, talk to you soon.
Awesome, brother. Have a good rest of your week. Thanks for having me.